This is
True Stories.
We Just Made Up,
My name is JT Farva.
and I'm Ray McGuff.
Oh, hi, Ray.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Well, good.
You seem a little mopey. You sound like Snuffleupagus.
Yeah, it's winter time. Or is it?
But it was 58 degrees yesterday.
Yeah, it's either a beautiful spring in January, or God has decided to descend on us and cause havoc.
Well, I mean, he is Odin, so.
Odin, God of Thunder.
That's Thor.
But yeah, oh, that's right. Oh, I'm sorry. Got my mythologies all mixed up. But how have you been, man?
I've been great, man.
Good.
I've been great. How have you been?
Good. Did you have a good holiday?
Yeah, holidays are holidays, man. You know me.
I did not.
I just like to run around town with my bottoms off,
Yeah.
showing my peen to everybody that'll look at it.
If I tell you, I'll tell you real quick what happened to me. Christmas weekend. All excited, get to my folks. Have a little light cough. Nothing crazy. By about midnight, the first night I was there, I was fever, sweating, coughing. So I was coughing so hard I was about to throw up. My parents, mind you, who are in their 60s, woke up in the middle of the night and woke me up and said, "Would you like to go to the hospital?" That's how bad I was. So the next day we had our Christmas. I didn't eat all day because I felt like shit. We exchanged gifts. I was like, here's your fucking presents. Okay, great. I drove back here. I had 2 more days off. Slept through both of them. I felt fucking horrible, man.
Man, you didn't do anything. Huh?
No, I had that bubonic flu.
That bubonic flu?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Are you
man.
combining 2 diseases from the Middle Ages? I had the Spanish bubonic flu.
That's right. It was not a good thing for me. So
That's good.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm glad you had such a lovely holiday.
Yeah, but so after that, bounced back. The New Year's had huge New Year's plans, man.
Yeah. How did that go for you?
Well, it went really well. I met a girl.
Okay, that's awesome.
We went out. We had a little bit of what the kids call, what do they call that? Mushrooms.
Mushrooms?
Yeah, we had some mushrooms. I ended up in this weird fantasy land. It was weird because this rabbit kept telling me that I was out of time.
Gotcha.
And then we got real small. Went down these holes. I smoked a hookah with a giant fat man.
Giant fat man, gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know what his name was. I think it was Charles.
Charles.
Chuck. He said he was in charge. I don't know.
So our days and nights.
Yeah, we we kept going. Found out that this area was controlled by this old bitch who kept saying that she was on House of Cards. I don't know. Or she was a playing card. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
I get what you're saying.
Then I woke up in a pool of my own vomit and realized I just drank myself silly on cognac.
Cognac.
Yeah, I had
Paul Masson.
I counted. I woke up and it was right when the ball was dropping, but it was my ball.
Teabagging.
Yeah.
I get it. What a lucky lady.
So New Year's was kind of eventful. How was your New Year's?
Well, I got to tell you, man. New Year's was New Year's. I got a little drunk. Showed my penis to people. It's a recurring theme. But I got to tell you, man. I got accepted to this school.
Okay.
Yeah, man. It was crazy. This porcupine just delivered a letter to my house, and yeah, man. And I had to get on this train, take it to this giant castle in England.
Oh, Auschwitz.
Right? No, Auschwitz.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Wrong train.
My grandfather was a conductor on the Auschwitz train.
Was he?
No, not the ones with the Jews. There was a kiddie park there. He was the conductor for that one. There's other stuff than they killed Jews there, right? So you got to take this train over there, and I hung out. They changed my name when I was there.
Yeah, they gave you a number, group of numbers.
No, they changed my name to Harry Pecker, and I met these 2 people, Hyman 90, Gardner, and Rod Weasel Penis. I don't know. They were just some friends I know. One was a ginger, but You learn all this stuff. You learn sleight of hand and stuff like that.
Well, I bet at Auschwitz the gingers go first.
Yeah, they do. That's the first one in La La Sun. So there was like all these professors there, and they were like, you had to carry around the dildos. It was the craziest thing. Like you had to spill Expelliarmus, and you had to throw them around.
What was this college called again?
Butt warts. It was a good month I was there learning some stuff. I went to Butt Warts College.
Oh, okay.
You got to take the special train. It's crazy. You can't it's not on the regular tracks, man. You got to run through a wall. A lot of stuff happening there.
I tell you, man, I just don't get on trains because
bad.
I've heard my whole life that's how things end.
Bad things happen on trains. Yeah. Ask any woman that's ever been trained.
Ask Liam Neeson. He was just in a movie called The Commuter. Looked like it didn't.
Jake Gyllenhaal was in a movie about a train.
Yes, source code.
Yeah, but yeah, so they had a bunch of teachers
Steven Seagal.
Right? Steven Seagal. Under Siege 2, Dark Territory.
Under Siege 3, Rapey Rick Raperson.
Rapey Rick Raperson. I'm going to touch you in your vagina area.
So did you graduate?
Well, it got really weird there for a while. There was this teacher with long dark hair. I think his name was Professor Snatch. And he was a potions teacher. But he just kept lubing me up all the time with KY. Very difficult to concentrate when you're being touched. Stick of butter up your butt. I didn't learn one potion. I learned how to make a nice cream of mushroom soup.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so, and after that I had to fight this guy named Dick Wart, and, I punched him in the face, and he kind of looked like a snake. And we were looking for these things called whores, and you had to have sex with them. It was a whole big old thing.
You didn't pay it? You'd leave the money on the dresser?
No.
Okay.
They seem more free than paying. They were just old-fashioned.
Those were free-range whores.
Yeah. They were the old-fashioned hoers.
They were just the whores.
Yeah. They weren't out for monetary gain. They were just in it for dick.
Now, just to be politically correct in these politically correct times, whores can be men or women.
Yes.
Preferably men or women.
To be fair to our audience, I mostly had sex with men, but there were some women involved in it, mostly to just spot.
I find that a lot of my sexual encounters in those magical realms are like a weird wrestling match, like Andy Kaufman style. Like I'm wrestling these women for a title that I don't really know what the title is. Like,
but you want to win.
Am I the intergender wrestling champion, or do I just come too fast? I don't know. I
do. And I also learned a new term. I think that fisting should be called uppercutting. So, there you go. Word of the day, uppercutting.
Uppercutting. Say it with us, kids.
Fisting is now called uppercutting.
Oh wow! This took
a left turn.
This just got.
It turns out no matter where you go in the world, magical or not, everybody's just out to rape you.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't go anywhere nowadays without one of your favorite celebrities just raping people. So, Ben
Affleck stayed pretty much clean.
He grabbed some tits.
Yeah.
He wasn't invited either. He just did it. Back in the day, they call that your move.
Your move, bitch.
What's your move? I just grabbed.
I also think the funniest one is Louis C.K. Which I think, you just invite some people back to your hotel room and you say, "Hey, look, I'm going to jerk it. If you want to watch, that's fine. If you want to leave, go ahead." It's like offering your guests a drink.
I have to tell you. Speaking of that, since we brought it up again on our third,
I'm going to give you the old handshake.
I had a private screening of Louis C.K.'s movie that got pulled. I Love You, Daddy.
Was it great?
And I was invited. I'm one of the only 7 fans he has left, apparently.
I'm still there.
They sent me a weird invitation. It was kind of weird because it had a mask that you put on, one of those eyes wide shut masks with the feathers on the sides.
Were you watching 50 Shades of Grey and not telling me?
No. And this I really did. I saw I Love You, Daddy. I've seen the movie.
Okay.
I got there, they offered me a cocktail, and I said, sure, and I was like, I'll have a rum and coke, and they're like, no, a cocktail is where you're locked in a room with Louis C.K. and he just jerks off you in front of you.
Was Bill Cosby serving the cocktails?
No. He said, would you like a pudding pop, and then put his thumb through his pants? I don't know what that meant, but long story short, as I'm watching this movie, I really get why it was pulled, okay? The movie is farthing, or Farva, if you will. Sorry, ruined it. the movie, if you will. I want you just to imagine, in this political, all this shit happens, right? And this is the movie. It opens with a guy and a girl talking about their daughter, who's a teenager, just on the cusp of womanhood. She's about to turn 18 years old, wanting to come and live with her rich father. To which the rich father says to the wife, "Hey, it's not my fault you divorced me before I was famous, you fucking bitch." That's how the movie opens. Okay? The rest of the movie is this 17-year-old girl in a bathing suit prancing around this place trying to fuck the 70-year-old director that's friends with this guy. Played by American treasure John Malkovich. Now, John Malkovich has this whole air of I've slept with young women, and it's rumored in Hollywood. Okay, so this guy's a screenwriter, okay?
Gotcha.
Okay, so his daughter, starts seeing this guy, and he starts to get obsessed with whether or not he's fucking her. The whole pinnacle of this movie rests on whether or not John Malkovich's character actually sexually molested a child, and to which nobody will ask him directly to his face, okay? But there's rumors that he may have fucked a very young girl, like below 16 years old, okay? And he won't, nobody will ask him. Actor Charlie Day is in this movie as a comedian who is working on Louis C.K.'s character's show. That's a big hit. It's a TV show. And so Charlie goes, why don't people just, when they meet him, just ask him, go like, "Hey, did you fuck that kid?" And they're like, "Why would you do that? It's very rude. You shouldn't do things like that." And he's like, "Why is that rude? Is it more rude if he fucked the kid and I didn't ask? Or is it rude if he didn't fuck the kid and says, 'No, Charlie, I didn't fuck that kid. Here's why.'" To me, it makes it so. So the whole movie is this one long joke getting to the part where Charlie finally meets John Malkovich's character and asks, "Hey man, really nice to meet you. I've been a big fan. You do a lot of great work in Hollywood. By the way, did you fuck that kid?" To which Malkovich answers the greatest thing I've heard in a film. That's a story for another time. Thank you for asking. We'll have a drink sometime and I'll tell you about that. And Charlie Day goes, "All right, man, it was nice to meet you." They shake hands. He gets 3 feet from the door and turns around and goes, "Hey, I'm going to get you to tell me whether or not you fucked that kid." So I can see why they pulled this fucking movie.
Was it funny though?
Dude, it was hilarious. But it was uncomfortable at the same time because
of all
the Louis C.K. shit comes out in this movie. Charlie Day's character is basically Louis C.K. when he was younger, and probably during the Louis times, the HBO Louis times, right? And Louis is doing so he's basically playing Louis. There's one point when a hot actress calls in and he gets Louis C.K. to put him on speakerphone, and she's talking, and he's visibly air masturbating to completion for 5 minutes. The conversation goes on for 5 minutes. He's like, "Yeah, oh yeah," like in the background, just giving it to himself. And then when he ends the call, he goes, "And splooge." And it's not quite as funny as it would have been had you not known that Louis C.K. did that to actresses all the time. That was one of his things, is he would call up hot women and then jerk off while talking to them. Like, yeah. So
I think that's awesome.
My problem with it is it has nothing to say about it. Like, it's not saying that these things are wrong at all. It's not saying you should be mad at Roman Polanski. It's saying that maybe he has a secondary story and we shouldn't judge him. And it's just a wrong movie for the wrong time. This movie came out in 1987 or 89. It would have been the biggest hit. It would have won all the Oscars. I'm not exaggerating here. People would have said it was genius. It was talking about our society and blah, blah, blah. But because we have now gotten to this point where we're like looking at each other going, "Man, we should probably not do some shit that we do." You can't enjoy it. You just can't. When I laughed, I felt immediately bad. That's how this movie played.
See, I don't feel bad about it. Like, a joke's a joke to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a joke's a joke to me.
But a joke is a joke, but this was a statement about how you shouldn't really give a shit about what goes on in Hollywood, about whether or not these people are fucking each other or kids, It's hard to explain if you haven't seen it. When you're watching this, you will be.
I want to see it now.
Because it has. I can get it for you, or I can get you an invitation. It's at some point. I'll tell you.
Listen, I don't want to be in any secret societies. Yeah. Knights of Columbus. I don't want to have to suck some stuff through a garden hose.
After the movie's over, people are applauding. They're like, "Yes, what a statement!" And they're like, "Randy, what did you think as the man on the street?" And I was like, "I could use more tits." It's my personal preference.
I say that everywhere I go. How's the salad bar? Could you use more tits?
Could you use more tits? Which
is a commentary on society because you can't say that anymore.
Yeah. Tits or salad bar?
Either one. It's a tricky thing. You can only say stuff in the private.
It's not salad bar anymore, Jeff. It's homogenized homegrown fruit choices.
Exactly. Sneaking in that G on Euro. Son of a bitch.
You can't call them transsexuals. They're transgendered.
LBGT.
They're women with wieners. They're just women. They feel like they're women.
Here,
okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say this and throw caution to the wind.
Controversy.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say this.
Here we go.
Listen, I'm not homophobic. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're a transsexual.
That's right. You sucked that dick once.
I did. You could put out 100 fires and never be a firefighter. You suck one dick, you're a dick sucker forever. Yeah. So I don't care. Like I get it. If you're having I don't know your struggle. Just like I don't know black people's struggle. Just like I don't know Mexican people's struggle. Just like I don't know. You know what I mean?
You've never had to struggle.
But I don't mean to be insane. I have a lot of struggles.
Yeah, right.
Like I struggle to put my fucking socks on because I'm fat. But I'm just saying I don't know those struggles. I don't know. So because I make an insensitive comment doesn't make me basically a devil because you're so chastised. You're so ran out of town like Frankenstein with the fires and the pitchforks by saying anything, by making a joke at the inappropriate time. If the world could just take a deep breath and a big unbunching of their panties from their butthole for 5 minutes and just realize everybody's offended about something.
Yeah.
You know, now the stuff that happened in Hollywood and women being treated unfairly, 100% should be taken care of. But it doesn't take away the funniness that you can make out of a situation for somebody. You know, again, you know, with equal rights, you know, back in the 50s and 60s, even kind of with the police shooting, you know, African American or black people. I don't want to say African American because I feel like a pompous asshole.
Right.
But there are struggles. I don't know those struggles. All I can do is take the information I have and make my best assumption. The stuff that happens with these kids, and you're looking at the Olympic Committee, those kids are being molested for all those years, and nobody did anything. But I'm sure now these kids are complaining when they're older. Did their parents not know? Did they not tell their parents? Or did their parents?
Some of them didn't believe them either, too, which blows my mind. Because I don't know how everyone else's parents were, but if I would have went home and said, "Hey, Dad, the doctor was trying to jerk me off," my dad would be like, "What?" You know? Like, Dad, is a prostate exam where the doctor gets me hard? No, that's not.
Well, I'm just telling you that that is a horrible thing. And that guy they should just they should take his dick, tie with a rope, and have a horse just run away.
Yeah.
And rip it right off. These are despicable people that are doing these crazy things.
Well,
but you can't make a hot topic issue without somebody making a joke about it, because if you take everything so seriously, then there's no more fun in the world.
Right.
But everybody nowadays, every time there's some kind of issue, it's a hot button issue. There was just another shooting in a school the other day. Are we going to forget about all the stuff that happened in Hollywood and start jumping back on the gun bandwagon? Because that's the new. That's the new. No, the stuff that's happening in Hollywood is horrible, and everybody deserves the same rights. And all these people that have done this stuff should pay. But when you're young, when you're a young person and you sexually harass somebody, doesn't mean that you're that same person 2 years down the road.
Right.
You may have learned your lesson and never done it again.
Especially if you've apologized, like Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've read anything about him. I mean, how many girls in my life are probably like, man, I should never slept with that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've never had to apologize for it, and I don't think that that's wrong. Look, if we got together in the moment and did some stuff, and then you regretted it later, and you called me up and said, "Hey, listen," if the lady says, "Hey, listen, I felt like I shouldn't have done that. I would be like, wow, I'm sorry, but you're an adult. You made adult decisions. I'm not going to apologize for wanting to have sex with you because I found you attractive. You know what I mean? I don't know where does the line end. That's what I don't understand. Like, I get not walking up and grabbing a girl by the ass and going, "Hey, sweetheart, you want to ride the dick train tonight?"
Yeah, not making them feel uncomfortable.
That's fine. I did some dumb shit like that when I was a kid. I'm not going to do that anymore. But if I have sex with a woman and it's consensual and we go the next morning out to breakfast and then I leave her and then 5 hours later I had text like, "Hey, I felt like you kind of pressured me into that." I'm going to be like, "Bitch, you fucking slept with me." You know, like, I didn't pressure her into nothing, you know? So...
Yeah, I don't get, like now it's because they regret something they've done, and it's going to come back on these people.
And if you're a lady listening to this and you think that guys haven't regretted waking up next to someone, you're wrong, ma'am. Let me tell you, there's been a couple of ladies that I've slept with that I've think back on now. I'm like, oh shit,
right?
Shit, you know.
But you now it's you can't make a decision as an adult and then say, "Oh, I didn't really want to do that," and then you take people are so
because there's actual assaults going on. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, that's not an actual assault. An actual assault is Harvey Weinstein,
Steven
Seagal,
Danny Masterson,
fucking Kevin Spacey. You know, forcing yourself on something, that's assault. You know, sexual favors to get ahead in life, that's assault. You know, but have two adults having a couple glasses of wine and then going back to somebody's place and having crazy sex the next day regretting it, that's not assault. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what you say, you know. So.
They're trying to lump it in.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to tell their story about how they. It is.
Yeah, I mean, even guys have the walk of shame. So I'm not, and we all got to be better. That's the point of this whole conversation right now, for me, anyways, and for you. I feel like that we all have to be better and be more self-aware and say, and these things have made me reflect on myself, and I'm sure you too, and what is appropriate and what is not, and yeah, I'll be better from here on out. But it doesn't mean that there's not we're human beings. There's going to be miscommunication, you know.
Yeah.
So. But anyways,
got real serious.
Yeah, it got real serious. They're dark towards the end.
I wanted this episode to be called "My Balls, Your Mouth Equal Happiness."
Well, Frank will title that. I will send it in. That's what it will be called. I think it's great.
Harry Ploppers and the Sorcerer's Boner.
Yeah. How about yeah, jeez. I like that though. What was it again?
My balls plus your mouth equals happy.
Equals happiness. But I also like Harry Ploppers
and the Sorcerer's Boner.
And Sorcerer's Boner. Oh shit. Well, we'll figure out the title.
Harry Plopper in the Order of the Anus.
Oh shit, I like it. Real quick plugs of anything that you got coming up?
No, we only got the show that we're doing together.
Right, April 8th, at the Beer Vault in Bellefontaine, Ohio. Bellefontaine. It's named after what was the guy's name? The Prefontaine.
Prefontaine.
It's Bellefontaine was his father.
Bella LaFontaine
was
their aunt,
and that city's named after him. I don't know.
Bellefontaines are just
the Fontaines are big up there, and April 8th. It's a Sunday. It's a reason to drink. Come out and see us. There's me and Farva and 5 other lucky comedians that'll be on the same bill as us. Yeah. Just they're real lucky.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a good show. It starts at, I believe, 7 p.m. I believe.
I'll be
$5 cover charge, 21 and up. Don't bring your kids.
I will be mildly drunk.
Yeah, I will be too. So we have that. You can buy my book. I have this recurring dream.
Tales from the Toilet, Part 2.
On Amazon.com. Randall Woten. That's WOTEN. WOTEN. And there, check out all the content on Zombie Takeover TV's Facebook page. We have over 7,000 videos.
7,000?
I don't know.
I won 4 of them.
I just made that up. But there's a lot.
We will give you an arbitrary number.
You go to find it, you go to Facebook, and you hit the search bar and search for Zombie Takeover TV. And if you can't find it, hit yourself in the dick because you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, it is. We can give you misinformation on this channel because it is called True Stories We Just Made Up.
Right. To find all of our work, go to Bandcamp. And I'm not talking about the Facebook page. Literally Google Bandcamps and drive there.
Harry Potter and the Goblets of My Nuts. Sorry, I'm still thinking about you.
It's still going. Also, I'll be writing and directing a future X-Men movie, so stay tuned for that.
Harry Ploppers and the Half-Heart Prince.
Hugh Jackman's coming back, so.
Oh, yay.
All right.
Greatest showman on earth.
I have been Ray McGuff.
And I have been JT Farva.
Thank you for listening, and stay tuned. No, you stupid motherfuckers. This is a ZTOTV podcast.